Good morning, everyone. What is today? It's Wednesday. It's not Wednesday. It's Tuesday, April 30th, 2024. It's 9 a.m., which means it's time for our Mindful Moment. I'm Dr. Jonathan Zenz. I'm the Senior Minister here at Unity of Tucson. Unity of Tucson, of course, is a loving and inclusive spiritual center here in Tucson, Arizona, where we celebrate the good that is life. And we encourage people to find a personal purpose, to develop a spiritual path, and to master spiritual understanding. That's what we're here to do. And we do this rooted in the principles of New Thought, which is the umbrella under which Unity falls, the conscious metaphysical practices of New Thought. And I come to you every single weekday because it's part of my spiritual practice. And what I have found is that a consistency in my spiritual practice has enhanced the quality of my life. And so I share that with you. Now, whether you're watching live or on the replay, I would love for you to post a comment and let me know that you're here. I will, of course, offer my reminder to say, you are love, you are light, you are life, you are magnificent. And I am so grateful that you shine your light and share your magnificence. Thank you for doing that. So a couple things that have come up for me is thinking about today being the last day of April this year. And this April, we have had a theme here at Unity of Tucson. The theme has been flow. And then what just popped into my mind just in this moment is that the irony of our theme being flow. And last week, I was living with the experience of congestion. I've talked a little bit about that already, but I don't need to go back into that. But part of the thing about flow is to really look at it. What is it that we are resisting in our lives? And sorry, I've got a lot of like little buggies that are saying hello to me today. And I found this quote by Eric Butterworth in his book, Discover the Power Within You, that opens us up. That opened me up, and I'm going to invite you to consider that it may open you up to a really simple understanding of what it is to be in the flow. He wrote this: the best conductor of electricity is the substance that is least resistant to the flow of the electric current. Likewise, the best conductor of divine power is the person who is non-resistant to the flow of divine power. This attitude comes from a conviction that God is the answer to human needs and a willingness to allow ourselves to submit wholeheartedly to the flow of spirit in and through us. That kind of simplifies and sums up the whole month for me. And oftentimes what I think about is really looking at the ways in which I live in any continued state of resistance in my life. Because if I'm in any resistance in my life, well, the answer is I am not allowing myself to be in the flow. And as Carl Jung said, what you resist persists. And so if we are in a state of mind of resistance, we're going to keep that resistance up. It's going to persist its hold in our lives until we are ready to let go and then allow ourselves to be back in the flow. You know, we often use the metaphors of like rivers and bodies of water to talk about being in the flow. And I love that. I love the metaphor that he uses of electricity, of saying, you know, if the thing that is resistant to the electric current is the thing that's going to keep it from being in flow. And so the best conductor of electricity is the substance that is least resistance to the flow. Can you adopt a frame of mind, a consciousness, a feeling tone within you that invites you to be the best conductor of divine source? That's a rhetorical question for you to ponder today and see, is there anything that is keeping you from being the best conductor? That's certainly something I'm going to be focused on considering today. In what ways am I resisting? And what ways am I keeping myself from being the best conductor? And so with that, setting the book down, with that, I'm going to invite us all into the practice of prayer, the practice of affirmative prayer, which we teach here at Unity of Tucson in a specific constructive manner. And the power of affirmative prayer is to essentially know the truth so that we are addressing those places where we might be resistant in mind and allowing that resistance to melt away, rooted in the knowledge of being divine source. So if it's safe and comfortable for you to close your eyes, I invite you to do so. It is not a requirement, as I say. It is simply a practice which works for me. And so if it works for you, you're welcome to join me in the practice. As I close my eyes, it is an invitation to relax, to easefully allow, and to begin to prepare mind and heart for this spiritual practice. For as I turn the attention away from the external circumstances, it is an invitation to look to that which is within, the inner source, the inner cause, the inner light, that point from which all things flow forth into expression. I let my mind be focused there. And I know that in that, there is no resistance. There is only the flow, the infinite flow. And so with this relaxed countenance in this state of mind, I concentrate on the understanding that there is only one infinite power. There is only one infinite presence. There is only one source. There is divine source. There is God. There is nothing else. There is God and there is nothing else. And holding firm in this resolve, I choose to meditate upon this idea now that there is only God, and so that must be the wholeness of me. While I may accept that I am not the wholeness of God, the wholeness of me is God. For there can be no separation from the infinite. There's only love, life, light, peace, power, beauty, joy, understanding, wisdom. There is magnificence, and this is who and what I am. This is who and what we are. For we can never be separate from the infinite magnificence. And so I let go of any resistance in mind to this idea, to trust that in allowing that resistance to dissipate, that I'm opening up to be a conductor of divine spirit. And so everything in my life is the conduct of divine spirit. And in recognizing this, I welcome the conduct to be rooted in kindness, in love, in harmony, in respect. And that for me is what it is to be in the divine flow, an expression of divine wholeness. And so with gratitude and appreciation overflowing from within for this understanding, for this acceptance, and for this expression of wholeness, knowing that it is the flow of the divinity, expressing by means of me, every aspect of me. I simply let it be. I relax, I trust, I know, and affirm it as so by saying, and so it is. Amen. And so it is. I am always delighted to share this time with you, and I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow right here at 9 o'clock for the Mindful Moment on Facebook, YouTube, our website, wherever you're watching from. If you'd like to know about what's happening here at Unity of Tucson, go check out our website, unitytucson.com. Lots of stuff coming up. We've got our Sophia Women's Group on Saturday at 10 a.m. We've got Dance Zen on Saturday at 6 p.m., Sunday celebration, Sunday meditation, the Mindful Moment. We got all kinds of stuff happening here all the time. Of course, we have our Wednesday afternoon prayer service as well. If you want to join me here in person at 12:30 in the prayer room at Unity of Tucson, you are welcome to join for that. A beautiful opportunity for 20 to 30 minutes of contemplation and prayer and consideration. Always a delight to share in that. All right. Peace and blessings to you. I will see you again tomorrow. Be well. Bye, everybody.